Hello, my name's Carl. My call sign is Mike Zero Sierra Zulu Tango, and in this video, do you mind being so noisy? Just want to do a quick update video on how the things I'm doing to try and cope with lockdown here in the UK. So we're in the third lockdown in the UK. This one's going to last now until we get the vaccines out. We're in dire straits in the UK. We've got the virus. We've got a new strain of the virus, as many people know, that sort of started in London, worked its way to the main cities. So it's travelled from London upwards towards Stoke-on-Trent, where I live, and it's also travelling down from Manchester. So within this next few days, this new variant will be entering into our local ecological system, or our local area. So things are a bit worrying. Most of us now have cut down any outdoor activity. I take the dog out once a day, the wife goes shopping, and that's pretty much it. So as I said in the previous post, my video output from the channel will be less at the moment, mostly because I'm an outdoor radio type of person, and I'm not a huge fan of just sitting there in a little studio type room, just going over equipment, doing reviews on top of reviews. It's not my style. So just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the things that I've done in this past week since we've been into lockdown, try and keep from going insane. One of the things that I've done is got the 17-meter dipole using the two whips on the rotator now, so I can rotate it, even though, you know, the horizontal dipole has got some null positions. So by rotating it, I'm getting the most out of the 17-meter antenna. I'm using that mostly for FT8 at the moment. So I've got the computer set up, and I run FT8 and listen to the beacons on 17. With the 40 meters, I'm still using the vertical antenna on 40 meters. I can switch between the dipole and then the multi-band vertical. On one of the previous videos, I was talking a little bit about the problems I was having with a lot of RF coming back into the front room where the radios are. I've managed to cut most of that down now, and I've done that by putting ferrites on pretty much every bit of cabling that's connected to the system. I've not put an earth rod in place, an RF earth, that's not in place yet, but I've put a big ferrite block on the actual headphone cable, and it's cut down the amount of RF I was getting into the headphones. Whether that's cut down the RF coming into the room itself is slightly debatable. It probably has a little bit, but not thoroughly. The noise levels on the bands from the home location have cut down a little bit, mostly because Christmas is over, a lot of the lights have gone down, and I've also found a source of RF interference from inside the house that I'm in negotiation with one of my daughters to try and cut down on the use of it, rather than taking all her LED lights out the room and banning them. I'm trying to find ways of cutting down the interference getting from them, and then eventually replace those LEDs with something that has got a proper CE mark on. It's got a CE mark on it, but I don't trust that at all. So the RF has come down a little bit. My RF into the headphones has come down a little bit, so that I'm chipping away at that. It's not complete yet. Mostly running FT8, a little bit of voice contact on the lower bands, and also using the OpenSpot 3 to drop into some of the reflectors, such as Reflector 1 Charlie, a little bit of HubNet, and then a few local hams on the 2 meters as well. So mostly that's what I'm doing, just to keep the hobby going, rather than completely just not do anything from home. And to be honest, I'll go back into the other room. To be honest, it is a little bit more difficult because if I just turn this around, it's really messy in here. I do apologise, but this is the room where I've got some radios. So this is where I work as well, and so I actually have to work in here, and as well as do my hobbies. And the hobbies have taken a back seat a little bit because it is a little bit more difficult to work a whole day and then to switch into hobby mode and do hobby stuff, and then to do a video from in here, talk about the latest gadgets. It just doesn't feel right for me at the moment. But this is where I am at the moment. Hopefully in the next few weeks we'll start to see some progress. Things are going to get worse before they get better in the UK, so we are really hunkering down. I've volunteered to be a vaccinator, to join the vaccination teams. I've got an interview next week for that. It just makes sense because I'm a trained nurse. I worked as a nurse for many years in the NHS before I left the NHS and worked in health technology. So it seems right that I join and do what I can around the vaccinations. And there's a big call for clinical staff to return to the front line a bit. So we are in crisis mode in the UK, but hopefully just by keeping ourselves active physically and also mentally, and try and just keep our chin up and not moan so much, just get on with it and keep safe. So yeah, that's it. That's a quick update. I will try and put 1 or 2 updates during the next few weeks. It may be on a specific thing that I'm doing that's interesting, just to say hello. It's key now that we do start to think about the things that we want to do once we get control of this virus and we are able to enjoy the hobby much more freely. So I want to hear from you about, put into the comments below the sort of things that you are looking forward to, whether it's in the spring or the summer or the autumn this year. I think it's really important that we start to do that. And for me, I'm looking forward to getting outdoors again, but I've got a few new antennas, which I'll do in a later video, but I've got a few new antennas I want to try out, and some satellite communications with the IC9700 that I've got. So for me, it's getting outdoors and trying some different bands and different modes and working the satellites much more manually. So that's what I'm hoping, that's what I am planning to do. So please drop in some comments, just say hello in the comments. Let's keep our spirits up and let's focus on what happens when we come out of this crisis that we're in. But chin up, take care, and I look forward to the next video. So bye bye for now.